What is going on, everybody? I have come to the conclusion that I will be purchasing a 3D printer. So let's talk about 3D printers from me, who just recently got interested in them. Now, I like the idea of having one, and I don't like the idea of the hobby of having one. So I'm hoping this goes smoothly for me. If you have any suggestions on what printer to get, let me know in the comments below. I am looking at the Elegoo Mars 2 Pro. That seems like a popular one between people I know with 3D printers. But I was thinking about it. I have this space over here, which can definitely be organized better and cleaned up. And that would be a nice place for a 3D printer. Now, if I sell my Corn Demon Army, which I don't play and I acquired through buying off a friend and trading and just having some, I don't play Corn Demons. I don't particularly love the models. I could easily get the money to buy a 3D printer. And if at any moment in the future I decide I want a demon army, it just so happens that it's very, very easy to find demon models to 3D print on a resin 3D printer. So I feel like any model I sell or get rid of now, I'll easily be able to find and print something similar or proxy or counts as in the future. So there's really no risk because I am in a big downsize as far as trying to clear out a lot of space. I run the Ghost Brush paintbrush company all by myself. I have some friends who come help tape boxes. Maybe we can show you, but if you look over there, there's a wall of boxes that are half packed already, ready, getting ready to go for the next batch of 3D printed paint pot holders for the Kickstarter. And I don't know. Let me know your experience with it because I'm getting pretty excited about it. I went on My Mini Factory. You would be shocked how much money you would save even if you just got a 3D printer and printed just your characters for your 40K or Age of Sigmar army. Now that Games Workshop is charging us $30 to $50 a character, all you have to do is basically print 10 characters and you're going to save $300. And these printers right now are $300. $400 for some of the nicer ones. The Elegoo Mars 2 Pro, I believe, is $299 on Amazon. So it seems like a win-win. Also, this will give me the opportunity in the future to buy files that I could then print for, say, add-ons for Kickstarters, or buy files and somehow figure out how to sell those files to people, I guess. I'm not sure how you sell files. I don't know much about it. But yeah, if you go on My Mini Factory, it's very easy. You would to find Dark Eldar, Necrons, Tau, tons of Imperial Guard, Space Marines, Sisters of Battle, some Genestealer cult, especially the characters, Inquisitors, Assassins, jet bikes of all type, Astartes tanks of all type, orcs, lots and lots of orcs, and even Harlequins. You can find basically an entire Harlequin army. You can buy all the files for $50 on My Mini Factory, and you could print infinite numbers of Harlequins through your printer. So I also do think in the future, Games Workshop, as they spread their business plan, will be looking to sell 3D printed files. And I think they're going to do it through Warhammer Plus, the same way a lot of these 3D print Patreons are doing very, very well. They are making tons of money. Some of them are making like 70 grand a month, if not more. And they're releasing, 20 to 30 or 10 to 30 different models you can 3D print every month. And it's like $10 on their Patreon monthly. I do think GW will basically do that. I think they'll have some sort of either VIP level on their Warhammer Plus or somehow start adding in files to let people print them because they know this is happening. They know they can't stop it, and it's only going to improve as the technology improves and gets more and more simple. At some point, I hope they start playtesting their rules better because I'd like to play the games and enjoy them. But the The 3D printing, like I was shocked. I was going over looking at it the last couple days. I have a buddy now who has one, and he's every week he brings in some new stuff, and he's bringing in models that you couldn't even tell like they weren't. If once they were painted on the table, they're identical replicas. But also he's just printing alternate sculpts, and especially when it comes to something like Lizard Men for Age of Sigmar, the line is just not as good as what these models are. There's really good looking alternate sculpts for similar themes that look better than the official models if you're using them as accounts as. Your demons and chaos options are infinite. You could have an army of all greater demons and every one be absolutely different. If I say sell my Slanesh army, I could print another Slanesh army off of my resin printer, and I could have 4 completely different greater demons of Slanesh, all from even potentially different sculptors. So there's a lot of advantages there. Like I said, I am not at all interested in the hobby of 3D printing, but I think it's going to just come with the territory. Also, as somebody that sort of monetizes my hobby, I do have a paintbrush company. I like to be a part of the painting community. I also paint things like this owlbear, who is $8.99 from WizKids, and I sold a few of them around that $50 mark, painted, once they're fully painted and nice. And I think I've sold like 4 of them. So this one will be number 5. Once he's painted, I'll put him up on my eBay store, and I'll paint him. Well, when you're painting something to sell on eBay, one of the things that makes it encouraging or fun to do is painting something you like and having access to a wide variety of 3D STL files. I could literally pick out the model that I want to paint to sell for purely, just an enjoyment of painting it, and sell it to somebody who, say, plays Dungeons and Dragons or a role-playing game, and they can enjoy it too, and I can get a profit off that. Well, if I buy, this guy's $8.99. Now let's say I buy a file of something like this, which there's many D&D type monster files out there, for $5 or $9, however much it costs, and then I start printing my own for $3 or $5 each instead of $9 each in wide varieties of sculpts and poses. That could keep it interesting for me. If I sell 10 of them at $50 over the next 6 months, that would pay for the entire entry to the hobby of printer and resin and gloves and files and whatever, right? So it seems like a win-win, especially if you paint and sell painted models. It seems like a win-win if you think in the future Games Workshop's going to start offering STL files to stay competitive in the space. I could certainly see them releasing just special edition, like these special lieutenants and stuff. They could easily make additional ones that they sell as STL files. Of course, they're going to put a big premium price tag on that file itself, but they're not going to just let that money disappear. They're definitely going to want that money as well. And when you look at these Patreons, look at Cast and Play or Arch Villain or Titan Forge. I mean, these thousands of patrons giving them thousands and thousands of dollars every month that they're releasing these cool models for them. So the risk versus reward at this point seems very, very good. If you are into 3D printing, I would love to hear about it in the comments below. Because I'm very new to this, I have not purchased my 3D printer yet. So please give me advice. Give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe if you want to follow along on the 3D printing journey or the paintbrush company or painting or whatever. I kind of like this camera setup. It can be somewhat permanent in my space right now. Still not able to do paint videos at this time. I need to get some shelving. It's coming. So I'd love to hear it. Let me know about 3D printing, your experience. And like I said, I mean, if the 3D printers now are $300, the amount of times I've dropped $300 on an army, it's very easy to get that back just very, very fast. And another side note, as all your friends who have 3D printers, if you have some, as they've joined these Patreons over the months, they've collected all the files that they've paid for. And now they have massive storage of files for all these models. So when you come in with your 3D printer, you give all your buddies $100 or whatever, and they load up your thumb drives with all their files, and then maybe you work out, you join this Patreon, they join that Patreon, and you trade every month. So it's going to be great. I think I'm really excited about it. I'm trying to also really downsize my hoard or collection of hobby stuff. So it would be I honestly think there's going to be a lot of value in having giant bins of armies. I don't play, I don't paint, I have no intention of getting to them in the next year even. That those could just be on a little thumb drive, and when that day strikes me that I really want to play that army, I could just start printing out these models, or print out a couple of them, paint them, see if I even enjoy it, and if the moment passes, sell them off, and not be stuck with just boxes and boxes of armies, you know. So you may be interested in this too. Also, Black Friday, Cyber Monday's coming up. Maybe there'll be some really good sales. Hope so. I think I'm going to try to wait. I'm really tempted to pull the trigger right now, but I think I'm going to try to wait to that Black Friday, Cyber Monday, see if Amazon has even a better deal on 3D printers. And yeah, if you got an old army sitting around, think about it. Like, you can sell an old army on eBay for $300, and that could be your brand new resin printer. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.